So we are election day +1, and we still don't have a winner or a clear-cut winner for the President of the United States. Accusations are flying. Seeing stuff on social media, more votes cast in, I think, Wisconsin than registered voters. Trump team talking about legal action, about not getting access in Michigan. You know, just your average basic cluster. That's all you can say about it. I mean, it's been a cluster. Everybody knew it was going to be a cluster. It's a straight up shit show. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about something different. Is our government for sale? Is our country for sale? Okay, I want to talk about 2 Senate races, just to point out and to illustrate and to ask that question. You know, is our country for sale? Okay, in Kentucky, a state with 4.5 million residents, we have Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, and his challenger, Amy McGrath. McGrath, somehow, in a state of 4.5 million people, generates donations of close to $100 million. $100 million in a state of 4.5 million people. With that $100 million, McGrath won all of 3 counties. The county of Fayette County, the county of Jefferson County, and I'm thinking I think it's Franklin County. I'm not 100% sure, but it equates to Lexington, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and Frankfort, Kentucky, your population centers. She came up with, I think, 37% of the votes, somewhere close to 800,000 votes for $100 million. Okay, then we had Lindsey Graham versus the Harrison guy. Can't even remember his first name. This guy come up with $104, $105 million in a state with about 5 million people. So where's all this money coming from? I mean, the Harrison guy did better than McGrath. I think he got around 45, 46% of the vote, somewhere in that neighborhood. But still, $105 million on a Senate race. Think about that for a second. Between the two, that is over $200 million in places with a combined population of less than 10 million people. I mean, it's insanity. So you mean to tell me that out of the 800,000 votes that McGrath got, those people donated what amounted to $100 million to her campaign? That makes no sense to me. The only thing that does make sense to me is outside influence. The outside influence from the places like California, from the places like New York, from the states and the party, the Democrat Party, that has a vested interest in getting rid of Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham. They have a vested interest to pour money into these races to get rid of these people. It's not so. At that point, are these senators representing the state and the constituency of who voted for them, or are they beholden to who donated to them? See, that's the question we need to be asking. We got to get this money out of politics. It's got to go. We can't have this. We can't have people from states outside of where they live dumping all this money to influence who represents the people of the other state. That's not what our representative government is about. Yes, senators, congressmen, president, it's a federal position, but those people are there to represent a constituency in a state, in a congressional district. They're not there to represent a party. They're not there to represent big donors. They're not there to represent a PAC. But yet, all this money comes flooding in, and who are they beholden to? Of course they're beholden to who pays the bills. I mean, if you work, do you have to answer to your employer, or do you have to answer to just some guy on the street that may live in your neighborhood? You answer to the guy that pays the bills. And that's scary. It's scary to think that in 2 Senate races, upwards of $200 million was spent, and for what? McGrath, 37% of the vote. 3 counties out of a state with 120 counties. She got 3. Now, granted, they were the urban population centers, which nine times out of 10 do vote Democrat. So she got no other votes than what she was supposed to get, the way I see it. But when are we going to put our foot down with this? When are we going to say that this money, this influence, it's buying elections. It's buying politicians. And it's not right. Politicians should be voted in on merit. And thank God that McConnell and Graham won. But beyond that, outside influence should not take place to elect people who are supposed to represent a constituency. That influence should be left alone. There shouldn't be these super PACs and PACs and all this money floating around to just to influence, to push a national agenda. Because what works in California, what works in New York, what works in Oregon doesn't work in Kentucky. It doesn't work in South Carolina. It doesn't work in Oklahoma or Nebraska. Doesn't even work in Florida. That's why we have these representatives. That's why we have senators. If we were going by this model of just buy one, just put down the money, have anybody from in the country, donate money to whoever's campaign, then why do we even have to have people that live in the area, which in Maxine Waters' case, she doesn't even live in her district, but that's a whole nother video. But why would we even have to have residents to run for the positions if there's this much outside influence? We need to be asking ourselves these questions. Because whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, the system is broken, the system is corrupt, the system is wrong. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, whether it's whatever, the system is broke and it needs to be fixed. These are questions we need to ask, and this is stuff that we need to end. Get the money out of politics. If you like what I say, share it. If you think it'll piss somebody off, share it. Just share it. Like the video, subscribe for when I drop all my other videos, follow my socials, and y'all have a great day. And let's hope they get this presidential election straightened out and our country doesn't fall apart. Y'all have a great day.